Hi! I'm Sylvia from Vintage Kitchen Vixen, where I share tips for simple living, creating memorable gatherings, and preparing wholesome and traditional meals with a vintage twist. And today I'm going to be sharing 15 ways for you to create warmth and coziness in your home during the cold fall and winter months. Mostly the winter months though, because right now it's December, it's raining for some odd reason. It's just mostly the cold days. And I find with gray days, they can feel really dreary, especially if you have dreariness in your heart. If you feel dreary, even the most beautiful day can be dreary. Hopefully if you apply some of these tips during these cold gray days, it'll help bring you some cheer and contentment that you otherwise might not have. So a few years ago, I'm probably going to say his name wrong, but Mike Wiking wrote this book called A Little Book of Hygge. So you may have come across this term. It's been trending for the last 3-4 years, and I read this book a couple of years ago. Most of it just kind of went out, but some of the tips really resonated with me. So during the month of December, one thing that I really love about the holidays are all the Christmas lights that are out and about. They just add so much cheer, but usually like at least halfway through January, everybody's lights are down, Christmas trees are gone, and I feel like that robs a lot of warmth that those lights bring. So for instance, I put these twinkle lights around my kitchen window, and normally these blinds are open because they're hideous. One day I want to learn how to sew. It's actually one of my goals for 2020. I want to sew curtains for this and replace these blinds. But I just have these twinkle lights around it, and it just makes my kitchen a little bit magical, and I just love the effect of these white lights. I'm probably going to be keeping these up until like March or April when all the snow goes away and spring rolls around and I have the violets in my backyard again, but for now these are going to stay up there as long as I need them because they just cheer me up so much when I walk into my kitchen in the evening and they're just lighting up and they look so pretty. And they make me incredibly happy. It's the simple things that make me the happiest. And twinkle lights are one of those things. So number 2, the second way that you can bring some instant cheer into your living space or even your office space if you're permitted, is to light a candle, or even like one of those LED candles. You can have a pillar candle or 2 on your office desk, especially on one of those gray days when everything feels so dark. If you light one of those, they're going to cheer you up almost instantly. So lighting a candle, I know there are meditations where you just stare at a flame. That's one of my favorite things about when there's a bonfire, is just staring at the flames, which is another one of my tips. If you are able, if you can, light a fire. Or if you have a gas stove, turn that on and just curl up in front of it with a good book. Another one, curl up with a good book. Have something that you can read that you really feel good about, something that you're enjoying, something that you can sink your teeth into and enjoy. I have so many books on my bookshelf. Like I probably have like 2 or 3 big stacks of books that I haven't read and still need to read. I don't know about where you are, but we have these little sidewalk libraries everywhere, and people leave a book, they take a book. I do both, and I have like so many books that I need to read. Maybe I'll write a post about the books that I have accumulated, and you can vote on the next one that I read. But I digress. So put up twinkle lights, light a candle, light a fire, turn on your gas fireplace, and read a good book. Another way to feel super cozy during those cold months is to layer up. If you have a thick wool sweater, put it on if you're feeling a little bit chilly. One thing that I wear a lot in my home, even to bed, because we keep our home pretty cool at night just to save on gas, I put on a thick pair of reading socks, and these things are everywhere. They're like these enormous socks. They come up to your calf, and they're like double lined, and they're so cozy. But I mean, I'm sure a pair of thick woolen socks would do the trick just fine as well. And another way to keep cozy is to snuggle up under a warm blanket. So whether that is a nice woolen blanket that just makes you feel extra toasty, or a throw blanket that you keep on your couch that you can wrap yourself up in and read that book of yours and watch the fire, or just put something nice on the television like Little House on the Prairie, which is the only thing I watch on television. Another way to add quick, cozy cheer is to fix yourself a hot drink. So right now I have a ginger lemon green tea that I made. Actually, I don't know if you caught my post on 4 winter elixirs, but this is one of the recipes. And right here I have a pot of oat tea going. So if you want to take a look at what those 4 drinks are, I will include the link below so you can take a look at that after. So fixing a hot, warm drink is a great way to cheer yourself up on a gloomy day. And you know, whether that's hot chocolate, whether that's a special coffee with a shot of something, it's going to be a mood booster. Another thing you can do, you can bake something. Invite a friend over and bake something. Bake cookies, make a cake, maybe not a cake, that's a lot of work, but make something simple that will just, I'm not saying to like eat and eat and eat, but make something that will make your kitchen smell really good and feel super cozy. If you're not feeling the sweets though, another thing that you can do is make popcorn. So I never buy bags of microwave popcorn. I don't even own a microwave, but I own this Whirly Pop, and it's the most amazing thing. My husband, Big Papa, got me this for Christmas a few years ago, and it's one of my favorite things in the kitchen. So what you do, you put in like a tiny amount of oil, like maybe a teaspoon or less, and then you put in your popcorn kernels, you put it on the stove, and then you wind it the whole time until you have a pot full of popcorn. Then you can add butter to it, you can salt it, you can add your favorite seasonings, maybe some hot chili flakes, or maybe some nutritional yeast, or some dill, whatever you want. I had a frog in my throat. Whew, talking too much. So I already mentioned that one of the things you can do is bake or invite a friend over to bake something, but having a small little gathering is a wonderful way to bring some liveliness into your kitchen, especially if you live alone. You don't want to feel isolated during those cold winter months because it's really easy to do, especially since it's so cold out. You don't want to go outside. So bring people into your home, invite them in. You know, invite people over to play a board game, or invite people over for a potluck party. And a gathering doesn't need to be expensive. Like, I know sometimes you worry about all the money you're going to have to spend on food, but you can make it very affordable by inviting everybody to bring in a food item. Like, ask Sally to bring an appetizer, ask Eric to bring a main dish. You can just make it simple, like a cheese. Ask everybody to bring a cheese, and then you can make a cheese plate that you can all enjoy together. Or you can even have a pizza party potluck. So you invite everybody to bring their favorite pizza toppings, and then you make the dough and take care of the sauce. And I actually have a post that's all about that. It's one of my first posts, so I'll link that below so you can check it out. And the other one that you can do is you can invite folks over for fondue or for raclette, which are both communal meals that will just, everybody shares, you know, something around the table. So, you know, fondue, you have a pot of cheese. Raclette, you have this grill, and there's a little, you know, I have a post all about raclette. That will also be a link below. There's going to be so many links below, but I do hope you check them out, especially if you are new here. I'm really glad that you're here, by the way, and I hope you subscribe and that you like what you see so far, but we're almost done, I promise. My last 3 ideas to feel cozy and to keep yourself from sinking into the despair that winter can bring. Get crafty, create something, build something, or pick up a project that you cast aside, or challenge yourself to learn how to knit or crochet. The next thing just seems kind of cheesy, but bring home a plant. I find that having something green in your home really perks things up, especially when things are so gray and white or slushy outside and there's nothing green in sight except for an evergreen tree if you're lucky, but you feel like spring is never going to come. So I feel like having something green in your home, it really helps to perk things up. So personally for me in my kitchen, I have 2 geranium plants, I have an aloe plant, a money tree, and I have a pineapple plant. So I know you can't see them here, but I love having green in my home. I'd love to get an ivy plant for my kitchen too, or just something else. I never have enough plants. Last thing, and I think this is one of the most important things during those cold winter months, is to go outside. Bundle up and go for a walk, even if you don't feel like it. Usually when you don't feel like going outside, that's when you need to go outside the most. Get that fresh air. It is so important to get that fresh air. If you can, go out in the afternoon, get as much sunlight as you can. Or just if you can't, go for a winter walk. Maybe you'll still see some Christmas lights that are put up. When you go outside, one thing that I look forward to the most is walking indoors and just being greeted by that blast of warm air that just thaws your face and makes your glasses fog up. Because normally I wear glasses and every time I walk in somewhere, can't see. But those are my 15 tips. I hope some of those help you out during this winter season. If you want to support me, you can help out by liking this video, by giving it a thumbs up. You can leave a comment below. Let me know what you like doing to keep yourself cheery during those winter months. And you can also share this video on your social media. Speaking of which, I am on Facebook and on Instagram. So on Facebook, you can find me under Vintage Kitchen Vix. Apparently Vixen is, they don't like that word on Facebook, so they blocked it. So yeah, Vintage Kitchen Vix, and then on Instagram can be found as Vintage Kitchen Vixen. So you can see what I'm up to throughout the week. Otherwise, I do post 2 new videos a week, so I will be seeing you real soon. Bye! My husband, Big